This was easily the biggest request that I had after posting my Geometry Dash reaction video to the hardest levels. It was like, dude, you should react to the most impossible levels. The ones that no one could ever truly beat. Look at these levels. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at them. Let's do it.
Video games can offer a lot more than just a casual playthrough. From modding to speedrunning, there's tons of ways to enjoy your favorite game. Sometimes you might even read headlines like, "Speedrunner beats 15-year-old world record." And you think to yourself, why do people care so much about who can beat a video game
Spoilers, autism.
faster than everyone else?
Wait.
Well, when you truly love a game, it's understandable to look for more
I can do that.
ways to enjoy it. Usually, when a speedrunner achieves a new mind-blowing record, that achievement stands on top of years and years of a community working together to find new
I can do that.
strategies, glitches, and tricks.
I cannot do that.
But sometimes, it's not about how fast you can beat something, but about being able to beat it to begin with.
Oh, dude, wait, this is an amazing intro, actually.
You see, over the years, something amazing has
Dude, this is the pause/death music that so many people use in Osu skins. I hate to already do an Osu comparison, but like, dude, it's so real.
evolved in the community of Geometry Dash, an almost psychotic craze to constantly push the very limits of what is considered possible. Geometry Dash is a side-scrolling platformer that comes with its very own level editor. This means anyone with the right amount of time can sit down and create a user level for the world to play. You can find anything from art levels to mini-games to whatever this is.
Alright, I gotta figure out where these maps are, because I want to play these right now.
Wow!
Dude, so many people got mad that I was comparing Osu to Geometry Dash in the comments. Oh my god. They were like, girl, you don't understand. I need to educate you right now on the differences, okay? Sit down, shut up, and listen. Dude, leave me alone, okay? Let me make comparisons if I want. I'm not saying they're the same game.
Good job. This one goes into the art drawer. There you go. All of these levels share a common trait, however. They are meant to be fun and fair to play. But there's another kind of level I haven't mentioned yet. Levels
Osu is like coughing baby and Geometry Dash is like hydrogen bomb. I will literally burn you at the stake. Take that back.
that were made by creators who clearly had no intention of playing by the rules of the game. They are creations so
Emrek will literally rip your penis off. He will decapacitate your penis.
hard that if you would ask a player in 2014 if anyone could ever beat any of these, they would tell you to stop sniffing glue and get a grip. Hey dude, what's up? You see, these levels never were meant to be completed. To get these levels on the servers, the creators obviously had to use cheats or glitches to verify that they have beaten the level at least once. This means that those levels never actually were beaten legitimately. They probably were made just as a showcase or to flex someone's non-existent skill. Over the years, however, something insane happened. Players realized that maybe, just maybe, with enough willpower and determination, they could beat these levels.
Okay, how many guys in your high school did you see that looked exactly like this, though? I'm not trying to say he's ugly or anything. Trust me, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, this guy looks like a bot. Okay, that's also a joke. Oh my god, I just burped a little bit as I was joking around. I'm kidding. He's probably a really cool guy. He's like a top player in the community. People are probably so mad. But like, dude, everyone, like, at least 20 guys in your high school has this Under Armour shirt. I'm just being honest, man. It's just real.
And what followed was a quest to
That's not what it looked like. No, it wasn't. Don't say that. Not that there's anything wrong with looking like that, but...
overcome cheaters and show the world what's possible in this game.
Dude, I can already see the YouTube comments. People are so mad with the way I'm reacting already. I'm locking in. Dude, I am watching the video. I love Geometry Dash, okay? I'll prove it to you by not talking for a few minutes.
Before I can show you how we went from this to this, I first want to welcome you to the realm of Geometry Dash. In this game, your one and only goal is to reach the end of the level without touching the obstacles that come your way. This includes ramming into a wall, touching spikes, getting mauled by gears, or my personal favorite, all of them at once. You control this little shape here, which can change into tons of different forms depending on which portal you go through. I could spend 15 minutes explaining what all of these different game modes do, however, I value your sanity, so I'll keep it as simple as possible. This game comes with 21 base levels that slowly introduce you to all of the game's mechanics.
So that is what I'm trying to do though. I'm currently playing through Geometry Dash chronologically, and I'm trying to beat every single level that's just like laid out for me. It's been really fun to work through so far, so feel free to join my journey if you'd like. You know, I'm live on Twitch right now reacting to this, so you know, I stream on Twitch all the time. It's like my little home. If you come by and say hi and that you came from this video, I'll give you like literally so many buckets of love you won't know what to do with. I will make you the center of attention on my stream for a couple of minutes. Anyway, link at the top of the description to my Twitch channel.
But where the game really shines is in the user levels. As I explained earlier, anyone can create a level filled with whatever their imagination can come up with.
Oh my god, this is Ib music. Dude, shoutouts to Ib, bro. Shoutouts to Ib. I love Ib, dude. All the characters are so cute.
With this freedom, however, comes an important decision. You can make a fun, slow and easily readable level that can be enjoyed by any player, or you can choose to make it challenging for more experienced players. But what makes certain levels harder than other levels? Where does the difficulty come from? In levels that are considered more easy, you have tons of space and room for errors. You can jump here without dying, you can press these orbs whenever you feel like it. In ship parts you can fly up high or low.
I don't know if this is like a skin or whatever, but I love this. It looks so great. Like his little guy that's on top of the little fox. It's so adorable.
There's nothing.
Read this. Both Osu and Geometry Dash's... Oh, sorry. Missed it. Comment's gone. Okay, just kidding. I still see it. They're currently both being pushed right now. Currently, Geometry Dash's ceiling is harder than Osu's. But, like, what does that mean, though? Because, exactly, neither have a true skill ceiling. Like... I think what people were saying in the comments of my other video was like more attempts are being put into each hardest map. But also Osu doesn't have like traditionally quote unquote like hardest maps the way Geometry Dash has, at least from what I've seen. Osu, it's like there's like so many impossible maps that are theoretically possible that people are working towards. Like, dude, there are so many maps in Osu that no one thought was possible to even beat, and now people are full comboing them. So like actually the best example is Cookiezi, who, you know, was the GOAT and in my opinion still is at Osu. His skill was so much higher than everyone else's, but he wanted to forcibly ban himself to get himself to stop playing Osu. That's the long story short. And what he did is he played this map called Masterpiece. It's a song from Railgun. By the way, I love Railgun. I have a Kigurumi of Kuroko. Love her. She's so cute. But yeah, he played Masterpiece with Hard Rock, Double Time, and Hidden. Got a full combo on it. And years later, people could just do that without cheating. Sorry, did I say that he did that while cheating to get himself banned? Now people just do that without cheating. So like literally it used to be like if you did that, you're a hacker. Now it's like if you did that, oh, you're just like good. You know what I mean? Like so many things that like were not possible are now possible in Osu, and the same thing is true for Geometry Dash. I'm just saying they're both great. I'm not trying to say either is better. I think it's hard to really equate which one is pushing harder. I think it really is. I think what I will say from what I've seen, I do think Geometry Dash people are pushing the game harder. Or sorry. There are more people that are more hungry to get better. That seems to be true. There seems to be a much healthier level of competition for Geometry Dash where there's like a group of people that are all kind of equal or at least have a specific skill that can allow them to like keep up with the best in certain things. Osu doesn't really have that right now. Osu is also dying as a game. I don't know what Geometry Dash's numbers are like, but I assume they're probably close to as high as they have been pretty much ever. I'm assuming it's close to its peak. Osu is nowhere near its peak. Osu peaked in 2020, I believe. Shocker, COVID. But it's been on a downward trajectory for 6 years. So yeah, Geometry Dash is the most popular ever right now. So yeah, that is what I would say. That is my educated opinion, is that I do think there are more people that are more hungry that are pushing to get better than anyone ever has in Geometry Dash, more than Osu right now. Period. So there you go, Geometry Dash wins.
Stopping you from doing so. But in hard levels, let's say an extreme demon level, which by the way is the hardest difficulty a level can receive, it's like you're playing in one of those Japanese game shows where there's this wall that moves towards you and your only chance of survival is to fit through these gaps.
I love it so much. Everyone has their first reaction to seeing this Japanese game show. Human Tetris is so good.
Just like in that game show, this is the main source of difficulty in this game. Hard levels will never give you the freedom to choose how to play them. There is one set path, and it's really unforgiving. One click with the wrong timing means you fail. I mean, what looks harder to you? This or this? Back in 2014, this was basically seen as impossible. When you have to fly through a tight corridor of spikes, the community calls it straight flying. Straight flying is just one of many techniques that the community has developed over.
And this is in every, like, quote-unquote hardest map. I'm sure you have to do this in, like, all top 100 of Geometry Dash ranked maps now.
The years to push the limits of difficulty in this game. From 2013 to 2022, a lot of things have changed. And if you allow me to steal a bit of your time, I would love to share the story of how the community overcame the hardest known levels and then pushed the limits further than anyone could have imagined. Geometry Dash today is filled with so many amazing levels. The community truly has done some amazing things over the years.
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of practice maps where you can like learn these skills specifically too. I should try and like learn straight flying. That would be fun, right? We'll see how deep I get into Geometry Dash, but man, having like a dedicated stream where I just learn straight flying, that'd be cool.
But of all kinds of levels, one kind truly stands out.
Let me know if you want it. And again, if you let me know in Twitch chat, that like really will signal to me that I should do it. Because like the majority of my content is ripped from my Twitch, right? So like if I know that people on Twitch are going to like something, then like, you know, I'll do it for them, right?
Almost impossible to talk about the game today without mentioning Extreme Demons at least once. These truly are the peak of what a player can beat in this game. They seem to invoke a sense of hype in the community no other levels can. The insane amount of skill required to beat them gives them a special place in the community. So much so that over the years we have created what's known as the official Demon List. This is a list ranking the hardest possible levels the community knows of. If a level appears on this list, it means someone took the immense time and effort to go through the pain of beating it legitimately with proof. After submitting it, the level gets ranked by multiple of the community's best players to try and give it the most accurate place in the list. The list keeps track of 150 of the hardest
I thought 70 said Gooner, I'm not gonna lie.
levels in the game right now. Today, the Demon List is not only a place to archive the hardest levels, but also a place to marvel at the community's most impressive feats. Over 4,924 players have submitted a record to the list. But the community wasn't always that interested in hard levels.
Dude, Ib title screen music? Oh, dude, bro has taste.
You see, it actually used to be the complete opposite. To show what I mean, we have to go back to 2013, where players actually disliked levels if they were too hard.
Oh my god.
It's insane how much the community has changed over the years. Back then, the general idea behind levels was a completely different one. Only a very small handful of people actually focused on creating levels that pushed the limits of player skill. And those levels usually got heavily disliked by the community for being too hard. Because of this, from 2013 to 2014...
I'm actually about to cry over this music, dude. He's got to stop playing it. Ib is a, it's an RPG Maker game. One of the classics. It came out probably like 20 years ago, I guess.
The hardest levels floating around were Zone's Hell series or Majako's Styria Demoness. These levels featured insane timings for the time, mixed with really tight ship gaps, and sometimes they would even abuse bugs in the physics engine and include...
What's Ib? Oh, it's classic RPG Maker game. I think it came out in like probably like 20 years ago.
...with them in the actual gameplay of the level. If you consider the fact everyone was playing on their phones to beat these levels, it was really impressive for the time. A bit too impressive. You see, if you create your own level in Geometry Dash and want to upload it to the servers for others to play, you need to complete it at least once. This is what's called a verification, and
this guy is a furry. Oh my god, he's a fucking furry. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like I gotta say that all the time. For the people watching, like, because there's so many people, this will be like their first reaction to me if they're watching this as like a video on YouTube. You just gotta know who I am. Like, I'm fucking around, bro. Like, if you don't know what I do, if you don't know what Kigurumi is, go to my channel and like look at the other shit I do. You'll go, oh, this person's a fucking loser. Like, you know, nothing I say holds any weight.
It's there to avoid levels that are just plain impossible ending up on the servers. But, just like in real life, if there's rules, some people will break them.
Hell yeah. But I do actually eat my Kit Kats like that. It very much is like a fuck society kind of thing, fuck the people. But I do prefer eating it that way now. Because sometimes you can bite it where it'll still stay together and then you'll feel the snap in your mouth when you're eating it. It's so good.
As you can imagine, this did not stop people from finding
Banger song again.
ways to upload borderline impossible levels to the servers. Using things like cheat engine or secret ways, it was kinda easy to bypass this security step. It was very common back in the day to see hard levels get verified illegitimately. This means creators who did this back then basically lied to players, claiming
More like a GG boy, you're fucking banned, loser! That's what you get for cheating. Lord PP, thank you for the follow. We love you. We love PP. I want to get more PP, dude.
that they beat them legitimately. But looking back now, we basically know there's no way any of these creators beat their own levels the intended way. This basically
In Osu.
made those levels empty vessels, waiting for their first victor. Me, comrade? No, not you. Okay. Because of this, all of these levels were pushed into the same corner in the community. They were known as the impossible levels. Levels like Silent Club, Ice Carbon Diablo X, Ice Carbon Soused. They were written off as too insane to even attempt to play because they were cheated. But to some people, when something is deemed impossible, to them it's just another reason to try even harder.
This guy's edits are amazing. God damn. Like, why does Geometry Dash have
The
like
year
really
had
good
just turned
editors?
2015. A creator named G-Boy releases a new level, fittingly called Cataclysm. The level proudly
he's the
showcased a
maker.
hell theme with its bright red burning colors. What made this level stand out so much, to me, was the first wave section in the beginning. This section features the wave game mode, but not in a way that players were used to back then. The way the wave works is you have to hold your mouse button to ascend in a 45-degree angle. What made this part so hard is not only the fact that you have to navigate through these tight gaps, but it's also mixed with mini portals. This is a portal that turns the player into a mini version of the game mode they are currently in. As a cube, you turn into a tiny cube, and as a result have way tinier jumps. This portal affects every game mode differently, with the most ridiculous example being the wave game mode.
I
It
didn't realize
forces
this
the
was a
wave to
thing.
ascend and descend in a way steeper angle it usually does, making it extremely hard to control. If you think this looks hard, maybe you can understand why this was just stupid for the time. Constantly
Oh,
switching
dude, that is stupid for the time. It completely messes with your timing. I mean, realistically, as you memorize and play the map a lot, you do memorize the timing of like when you transition and like you know when to change your BPM and it will become a memorization thing and like a muscle memory thing. But yeah, that does make it like way harder to grind and work through and get the muscle memory ironed out. Thank you for the follow, Wolfblade.
between mini and big wave made this section incredibly difficult. And even if you made it through here, the next part looks like this. Back in 2015, when I and many others thought this level was impossible, the first wave was the main reason I believed it was. If the level had something this hard in the beginning, what would the other 90% look like?
This looks so hard. This looks so hard.
Upon release, everyone was talking
Classic
about the level, with every
Celestin.
Skype group chat filled with discussions about how incredibly difficult
Oh my god, bro. Unk is here.
the level was. When it comes to difficulty, this was a step up.
Dude, what? Oh my god, what was the Skype call noise? Oh yeah, I remember.
Of other levels for the time. It quickly became known just as another impossible level, and what
Tell me I like woke up a sleeper agent somewhere out there by doing that.
catapulted it into that list was the fact it was almost immediately determined that G-Boy had cheated the verification. This meant the level had just turned into another empty vessel with nobody to claim it.
This map is rank number 1,420 now? Oh my It's actually genuinely really hard to fathom.
It was around back then, and to me personally, it just seemed like the level would slowly fade away like all other impossible levels. Too hard to even attempt. Just another showcase of what the theoretical limit to gameplay could be. But little did I know that this level planted a seed that would eventually grow into the biggest level craze to ever touch this game. You see, 5 players were actually playing the level. Their names were Giron David, Sandstorm, Zephyr, Riot, and Cyclic. They didn't care about what the community thought. To them, it was a personal fight to see how far they could get into the level. All 5 of them showing off their progress on their YouTube channels at the time turned this entire thing into a race to see who could reach the 5.
I will say, I don't know who is still keeping up with Geometry Dash, but like, little do they know, this is like basically an incredibly valuable investment into their future. Like, if these are still people that are competing competitively, I can only imagine that this is like, you know, now a career for them, right? Seems like Geometry Dash has like a extremely large following. Like, I would say if you're like in top, you know, 20 best players, it can just be your full-time job just by streaming it. I would assume, maybe even more. I don't know. Obviously, if you're like, you build into like YouTube and stuff like that, dude, even if you just stream yourself and you're top player, dude, if you complete something and post that, I know it can get like 1 million views and stuff. Also, Geosk, good to see you, man. Welcome. Well, good to see you again. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bruno, thank you for the follow. But yeah, none of these people are top players now. Damn.
The community noticed this happening. All of a sudden, a lot of people tuned into streams of them playing and practicing the level, with some of them proudly showcasing their personal records in the 60 and 70% range.
They fell off hard. Damn. I mean, again, I hate to say it, but I mean, it happened in Osu too. Osu, we had Doomsday, who was ranked '1 best player in the world, and now Doomsday is like, he's still actively playing and has never stopped, but I think he's like rank like 5,920 or something. Like, he's like, I mean, he's like a nobody in terms of skill level. Obviously, a lot of people still really put respect on his name, including me. I really like Doomsday.
It turns out, after thousands of attempts, this first wave part could be done semi-consistently, with muscle memory. This straight flight at 40% was difficult, but it wasn't too long, so it also could be passed kinda consistently. My favorite part has to be this last ship part at 64%. The way the music climaxes makes it feel like a real fight to pass these incredibly tight ship gaps. Thinking about it, this level really pushed the limits of the ship game mode for the time. The race continued for weeks, with everyone reaching records far into the level. Nobody could believe that people were actually making progress, and then, out of nowhere, over 15,000 attempts in, Cyclic got this run.
Oh, dude, I love this video. I really like this video a lot, actually. I hope some of the more Geometry Dash heads, I hope a good amount of people still stuck through. I know I really yapped in the beginning, but like, dude, they're missing peak. This video is so good.
To this day, this is one of the most influential moments of the entire game's history. Back in 2015, this was monumental.
Hey, Tony.
A level so hard it had to be cheated to be verified actually was beaten by someone legit. And it wasn't just him. On the 14th of March 2015, Giron David became the second ever person to beat Cataclysm legit. A few days after that, Riot and Sandstorm both beat it on the same day. It was like a curse had been lifted. All of a sudden, this level wasn't as impossible as it seemed at first.
That happens so often with everything. It is so strange how when one person breaks a barrier, all of a sudden everyone follows suit. It's like, it's so strange. I've thought about this a lot. Like, is it fully a mental thing, or like, I don't know, man. It's so interesting, but it happens with like everything. Like, this is not just Geometry Dash. This is not just Osu and Geometry Dash. This is not just video games. This is like literally the world.
These were the first place to beat it, and they definitely weren't the last. Today, Cataclysm is sitting at spot 325 on the official demon list. This means since 2015, 324 levels have surpassed its difficulty. As someone who was around back then, this is astonishing to me. Over 721 people,
Why did bro have a mistletoe above his head? What?
including myself, have beaten Cataclysm,
Hey!
which goes to show, once something is proven to be possible, a lot more people are willing to try.
Shit, dude. Oh man. I will say, if there's any type of goal that I have, like an end goal, it would be to beat Cataclysm, I think. If this is known as like the first unbeatable level, yeah, dude, my boomer ass kind of wants to try and beat it, yeah. But my first goal is beating every single like introduction level, like the first 22 levels of Geometry Dash or whatever. That's my real goal. That's actually something I really want to do, and it feels obtainable.
It just takes this one person to break the ice, and in this case, it was Cyclic. Him beating Cataclysm caused a paradigm shift. It made everyone look back at all the other levels that were deemed impossible and see them with a different eye. And that's exactly what Riot, one of the first 4 victors, did. After spending over 30,000 attempts on Cataclysm, he decided to go a step further.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is Ice Carbon Diablo X, a level by a mysterious creator who obviously used cheats and secret ways to verify his levels. This is why, just like Cataclysm, Diablo X was considered an impossible level. However, it differs a bit from Cataclysm. It's not the entire level that poses a challenge. The main reason it was considered an impossible level was because of these insanely tight mini-ship parts and straight flying sections. Back when it was released in 2014, people didn't have the skill to beat this. And this is why it took over a year for someone like Riot to come along and finish the entire thing. You see, Riot beat Ice Carbon Diablo X just 3 days after beating Cataclysm. In just 2 weeks, the community had beaten the 2 most legendary demon levels ever. This was such an exciting time to be in the community. It felt like the roof of Geometry Dash was just blown wide open. Before May 2015, people roughly thought they knew where the skill ceiling of the game was, but Cyclic and Riot just took it higher than anyone ever thought it would go. I can't state enough how hard it is to beat these levels. The immense skill required to not only remember the entire level, but to hit all the timings, straight fly your ship through these gaps, navigate the obnoxiously hard wave sections. It's something you don't just learn overnight. And I'm really sorry to ruin this, but for one of these 2 players, it actually was a bit too good to be true.
I will say, when he said, I'm really sorry to say this, I thought he was going to talk to me, break the 4th wall, and be like, you can't do this yourself. Holy shit, dude.
One of them had cheated their success. However, it is not yet the right time to reveal who. The entire
dude, this guy is such a good video maker. What the fuck?
Community had just experienced the
No! Nugget! Wait, I'm sorry, the person's just name is Nugget. I don't know. Just shout outs to Nugget. Shout outs to my boy Nug. Oh shit, I muted the video.
Demon level can bring to the game. Everything about them was exciting. Watching good players attempt these live on stream quickly became the most popular content in the community.
Low key though, like just because they were a cheater doesn't mean I'm gonna hate them. I think I'm supposed to, but like, dude, shout outs to any Osu heads that knows Yoang. I don't even know how to pronounce his name because I've never heard like almost anyone utter it. But that guy got caught cheating. But he was like, I really liked him. I really liked him for a while. I used his skin for a really long time because he had no follow trails on his skin. It was like Cook Easy's 2017 skin, no follow trails, plus like a different cursor. It was so clean, bro. I used his skin for like 5 years, and then it turns out he cheated like 7 years later.
Inspired tons of new players to pick up hard levels.
I think his top rank was like 21 or something in the world.
And get better. What followed these events was a quest for perfection. Who can one-up these insane feats and beat an even harder
Thanks to follow Yuri Cat Girls, legend. Join my community, join my Discord. They'll love you over there, Yuri Cat Girls.
level? And this is where the community came in. All of a sudden, new levels were popping up everywhere.
You
from
can't
Supersonic
Glorpy right now,
to
bro.
Ultimate Phase, and eventually the next big milestone in player skill, a level known as Bloodbath.
I thought he said blunt math. I was like, that sounds hard, man. You gotta smoke a blunt and then do math. Sheesh. Oh yeah, I added like 10 new Glorp emotes. I still want more custom Glorpy emotes for my daughter Glorpy. But yeah, I added 200 new 7TV emotes. So you guys should really do some research. Look at all of them, you know. Take a look, dude. Take a gander. They're all fire.
After
We have so many like me, it's like 2 to 3 letter emotes that just make random noises, and they're all cat emotes. I love them all. They're so good, dude. I love the cat emotes. They're all so good.
Cataclysm and Ice Carbon Diablo X were conquered, Riot decided to lead the push for the next big challenge that would border on the boundaries of what was known to be possible at the time. The goal for this level was to go above and beyond the challenge that Cataclysm posed. And what better way to do this than to get into contact with the original creator of Cataclysm
I did add a BMC mode last night too.
and make a spiritual sequel to the level. That is what Bloodbath is, a level to fill the void above Cataclysm. Since it was considered the hardest level ever beaten, the only way to one-up the difficulty is to dethrone Cataclysm as the hardest level. And Riot was going to be the one to verify it. A creator named WioWioTio gathered 11 other creators, and together they created a level that visually was set to build upon what Cataclysm started.
What's really cool is I feel like in the Geometry Dash community, the mappers are like really... They're touted and regarded as like really important figures of the community that a lot of people know about. I feel, right? Just from like, the levels are so stylized and beautiful, and like, you know, everyone's trying so hard to rank the map that they made, and like, you know, your name's gonna be tossed around so often, you know? I think that's cool. I think that's really cool how you can like really be a huge figure in the community just by mapping. Again, fairly true in Osu. I feel like Geometry Dash probably has it beaten in that regard though. It's hard. I guess, I don't know. You can be quite infamous as a mapper in Osu, though. Like, dude, Sotarks has, like, so much aura. It's insane. God, dude. He used to stream a lot, too. Shout out to when Sotark streamed to, like, 1,000 people. He was, like, fucking rivaling BTMC for a while. Kinda. A little bit. Not really, because BTMC was also at his peak during then, so he was averaging, like, 3,000 viewers, 2,000, but...
The level was finished at the end of June in 2015. This was 2 months after Cataclysm had been first conquered. After receiving the finished level, Riot was allowed to change anything in the gameplay. If a part was too easy, he would buff it. He did this to ensure that the level would just barely scrape on what was thought to be possible at the time. If Riot was able to verify this, it would be without a doubt the hardest level to ever be beaten legitimately in Geometry Dash. So that's what he set out to do. Riot would begin streaming attempts live on his Twitch channel. This would mark the beginning of a 1.5 month long journey to verify this insane level.
By the way, this guy's 100% influenced by Summoning Salt, and I love it.
The level had everything Cataclysm had, but even harder. Insanely precise timings, stupidly hard and long straight fire sections, ridiculously tight wave gaps, and all of that stretched over 2 minutes of gameplay. To say this was a daunting task would be an understatement, especially for back then. Remember how I said Cataclysm?
I don't understand, but rip Michigan. I hope they didn't actually die. If they did, that's really sad.
Pushed the limits for the ship game mode? Well, Bloodbath is that, but on steroids. The hardest part...
He fucking died? What the fuck? I mean, wow. All right, that's really sad. That's unfortunate. To be honest, it strikes me as surprising that like there are a lot of like really famous like people in like games and communities and like stuff. Like how do I word this without it just sounding dumb and like crass? I'm surprised not more people die in well-known communities. And not that I want it to happen, obviously. God, dude, rest in peace, Technoblade. But like, I don't know, like life is so fleeting and so special, and like you never know when a day is your last. And it at least from the communities I've been a part of and the stuff that I've seen, it's very rare to actually see people that have passed away, that were like pillars of a community. But I don't know, makes it hit even harder when it happens. Yo, this is random, but like, dude, rest in peace, Yodi Slayer. I don't know if anyone knows Yodi Slayer out there, but he was the #1 Borderlands 2 content creator. Dude, fucking rip on that guy. But the one that impacted me the most out of like, you know, creators in a sphere in the gaming community, was 100% Etika. Still a tough one, man. Sometimes I'll see people make videos talking about it, and it's tough to get through. Etika was a real loss, man. He was genuinely a real loss, and I don't know. Sadly, I think his death was sadly like a really good example of sort of what's wrong with social media, in my opinion. It was really unfortunate what happened, and it really does make me upset, genuinely. It's so fucking sad, man. It's so fucking sad. The second one that hit me the hardest was Hacks from the Melee community. I actually, for those of you that do not know, I did meet Hacks personally. We have money matched. I beat him in the money match, and he gave me a signed dollar with his name on it. So I got some skin in the game, if that makes sense. But Hacks' passing was really, 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 really unfortunate too, and similar to Etika, it was really sad how it happened, man. It again, just like a really good representation of like what is wrong with people online. His is so sad, man. It's so sad, man. It's so fucking sad. It's genuinely so sad. I don't expect people to really know the inner workings and everything with Hacks' death and why it happened and everything that went into it. But I know literally everything. I know every single thing that happened. I watched every single video that he dropped. I know every single thing that every single insider community member said, because I was deeply ingrained in the Melee community at the time. And I stopped being so ingrained after he passed, because I don't know. There are people that tried. There are people that truly cared. But there are other people that just clearly didn't. And he really needed more empathy, and people just didn't give it to him. And it was unfair. It's not even like... Anyway, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but like... TLDR, the community members and moderators that essentially had the final say in banning Hacks, they unjustly, unfairly kept him banned when no other person would actually be banned. And the only reason why they kept him banned, I mean, they won't say this obviously, but it's just because like he was fucking annoying, basically. And like he would like sometimes break like a rule that they told him not to break, like one that is so inconsequential, and they're like, see, that's why we keep you banned forever, fuck you. It was really petty and sad and unfortunate, because like he should have just been unbanned, but they didn't, because they were just petty bitches, and it literally caused him to die. So anyway, whatever. All right, we're moving on.
That's to pass in this level are Vermillion's Gravity Ball, Michigan's entire part, and Etza's crazy ship section. The reason Vermillion's Gravity Ball is so hard is because these timings are insanely tight. What makes it worse is that they aren't even synced to the song, so you have to visually predict when to click, which looks easy at 0.5 speed, but is surprisingly difficult at normal speed. The Gravity Ball, by the way, is a game mode that changes the gravity of the level upon player input. You click and it makes the player fly upwards because the gravity changed. Michigan's part definitely has a really big impact on how difficult the level is. This gameplay gives you no mercy. One tiny missed timing and you're a goner. By the way, this is the UFO game mode. It works similar to Flappy Bird, where clicking gives you a tiny jump in air. The hardest part of the level definitely has to be Etza's part though. 79% is infamous for being a run killer. You're 80% into this impossible Goliath of a level, and Etzer decides to throw this at you. Just overall, everything in this level wants to kill you, which made it pretty obvious from the start that this definitely was harder than Cataclysm, and by a long shot at that. The entire creating team behind this level did an amazing job at creating a spiritual successor to Cataclysm. After the team was done, it was now time for Riot to finish the job. But something was different this time. You see, the level being a spiritual successor to Cataclysm's legacy carried a lot of weight behind it. It quickly spread by word of mouth alone that Riot was trying to verify something even harder, and people showed up. Gathering over 1,300 consecutive viewers at some point, he set out to stream his journey to legitimately beat Bloodbath.
What's crazy now is I've seen some Geometry Dash streamers playing now and like live streaming. Dude, there are literally Geometry Dash people that will stream on YouTube and get like 16,000 viewers when they're just like attempting maps. Or no, I think I saw like 24,000 or like 29,000. Like, this community is so huge.
It was around back then. I was in those streams. I can tell you that the feeling of watching someone attempt something ridiculously hard with hundreds of others in a chat room was magical. It was like,
yeah, like I've been just researching a lot of Geometry Dash stuff because like I want to find like good videos to react to that I think you guys will enjoy, and it has been so interesting to like dive into like some of the top creators and players that are in the game, because it was just so shocking to see the amount of traction that they pulled. Yeah, like 30,000 viewers when they're live streaming, or like there's this one guy, he has like 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and currently his videos are like making hard levels and then having pros play them. And all of his recent videos are getting like literally 1.5 million views within the span of like 2 weeks. It's like, oh my God, like what the hell? It's crazy.
Riot was a soul-lonely knight at the forefront of the community, attempting to slay a beast none of us could even imagine to tackle. So, everyone cheered for Riot. So much in fact, that every time he got an attempt that
Doggy reached 60k viewers after 97 on Grief. Like, what? Like, how? Yeah, this game has just really surprised me with how big its community is right now. So I guess it's a great time to get involved, right? You know, the best time to start something is today or something, whatever. I don't know what the quote is. I completely botched it, but you know what I mean? I'm here to be a part of it. Also, Arctic, thank you for the resub. I didn't actually thank you. I hope you're still here. Thank you so much, man. I do appreciate you.
went kind of far into the level, people would start spamming "Go" in the Twitch chat. This is a sort of tradition that to this day is still around in the community.
Okay, remember though, when I'm getting through a map, you have to do the glizzy spin emotes. Can somebody do the glizzy spin emotes? Oh, you came from the Fumogo video, Mal. Hi. Show them the glizzy spin. Show them the Ichon glizzy spin, please. Do it.
When the streamer gets far, you spam "Go." When Riot got really far, the viewers spiked and everyone watched the percentage bar on the top creep closer and closer to 100 in anticipation to see if this is the final attempt.
Oh my god.
Why the fuck does bro mod every single person in his chat? What the fuck? Actually, what is bro doing? Hello? I've never seen something like that in my life.
Help me.
This time, it just was meant to be. Out of all the successes and victories you see in this game, there's hundreds, if not thousands of attempts that end like this one. A devastating mistake. Sometimes you just can't pull it through. Imagine
You should do that. Yeah, maybe I should. He knows something that I don't, man. Hey, NT3, man. Hello. Nya. I mean, I haven't played Honkai Star Rail. I have not played Honkai Star Rail recently, no.
dying at the last part of a level after you've made it past all the hardest parts. One misclick has the power to take...
Still playing... I'm playing Blue Archive daily, though. Oh my god, dude. At this point, I have sunk cost fallacy in Blue Archive, but I do enjoy it. I really love doing raids in Blue Archive because like I'm max level and shit like that, and I can actually do like team comps and try and like get good scores and stuff. It's quite fun.
Everything away. Over the 1.5 month long verification process, Riot would make it past 50% countless times. The further you get, the higher the pressure to perform.
Yeah, I've been like a daily player on Blue Archive for about 3 years or something like that. I started playing when Hoshino Swimsuit dropped for the first time, which I think was the 6-month anniversary, or was it 1 year anniversary? I forget. But that's exactly when I started playing. It was when Swimsuit Hoshino dropped for the first time in Global. And I've been playing daily pretty much since.
Suppressing that pressure is a skill that to this day is one of the most important things to master when it comes to beating extreme demons. And on the 12th of August 2015, Riot once again got really far into the level. And as he entered the final part, with people spamming their "Goes" in chat, it all came down to the last few percent.
Oh my god.
Chat, that's gonna be me one day.
So many of us were part of that 1.5 month long journey, and if you would have told any of us that 7 years later this level wouldn't even be in the top 200 anymore, we wouldn't have believed you. Remember Cyclic? I showed you how he was the first person to beat Cataclysm legitimately. It seems that just like Riot, Cyclic was working on his own little project.
All I have to do is become a full-time content creator first. When I do that, I'm gonna lock in and become the best Geometry Dash player of all time. At least best VTuber.
At the same time, and the level's name was Sonic Wave. Just like Bloodbath one-upped Cataclysm, this level one-upped Bloodbath by a lot. Rather than explaining why this level was deemed so hard, I think I'll just show you. You see these boxes? I'm using a special cheat that allows me to see the hitboxes of objects around the player. If the player's hitbox intersects any of these, the player crashes and the attempt is over. These are the hitboxes in Sonic Wave. The precision needed for
That
this
looks
level
so terrible,
is
man.
incredible. You might have noticed that I'm mainly showing the wave gameplay, but this is because 75% of this level is
It is very interesting how for Geometry Dash, the visuals aid in the difficulty, obviously. In Osu, that is literally not even a thing at all. It's 0% because you can just turn on, you can just do full background dim and not even see anything besides the circles. So it is interesting how they're so different in regard to that.
wave only. There's a reason for this, but that is a topic for another video.
No, please, I'm gonna get to it one day.
The interesting thing about this level is that there's actually two versions.
I like how
a
that
light
level
blue
looks.
one and a dark blue one. Cyclic released the light blue version of this level on his account. With it, he uploaded a verification video to his YouTube channel. But the video came with an asterisk. In the description, he claimed that the video contained a splice. A splice is where you record the gameplay in multiple segments and then cut them together.
Okay, this guy is the cheater. Let's just be fucking real. That he recorded shit and he's like, "Oh, dude, this is the one time where I can't like make the splice look seamless. I guess I'll just admit it for this one time."
in an editing software to make it seem like one legit playthrough. He claimed that he'd done this because he had recording issues with the actual
No, oh my god, he is 100% the cheater. Nobody talks like this unless they cheat, bro. It's actually just so obvious, bro. It's so obvious, so obvious, so obvious.
completion. Instead of beating it again, he just spliced together a run from zero and a run that starts somewhere later in the level. When that video came out, it certainly raised some eyebrows because it
I'd trust him. You're a fucker, man.
basically claimed a legit achievement without the proof. But it was Cyclic. May I remind you again, this was the person who beat Cataclysm. He had a giant backlog of past
Cyclically get no pussy, bro. Fucking stop cheating.
achievements, and he was a well-known and trusted player, so nobody really thought something of it. It was just a recording issue. It's something that we've all run into in the past.
I will react to cool levels. I'm gonna react to a lot of stuff. As long as you guys enjoy me reacting to Geometry Dash stuff, I will continue to. Because I have really been enjoying it, so if I enjoy it and you enjoy it, that means more stuff will be made. It is just that simple. Like I have another video marked down where it's like the worst Geometry Dash level. And I'm like, ooh, I wanna see what that looks like. I found a lot of Geometry Dash videos that seem really fun to react to, so I'm down for the ride if you guys are too.
At that moment, people were more focused on how impressive he was for beating the level to begin with. Sonic Wave was, and to this day is, an impressive feat of endurance and precision, and once again, it seemed like no matter what other players did, they would always stand in the shadow of Cyclic and his inhuman skill. What happened next, however, nobody really expected. On July 19th, 2015, Sonic Wave received an update. This included changing the color scheme to a darker blue, and more impressively, it made it way harder.
Are the top players like what is the majority region? Like who holds the highest for top players? Is it Americans or what are they? Because in Osu that's not true at all. Americans are fucking shit at Osu. I figured it was America. I figured. Geometry Dash feels like such an American game. I don't know why. What's really fun is when we're talking about professional players in video games, very rarely are Americans the best actually. Pretty much just Super Smash Brothers and Geometry Dash I feel like are the best. Other than that, I feel like it's always like different regions and stuff around the world.
This was absurd. The update to Sonic Wave super buffed it to such a difficulty that to this day in 2022, the level is still sitting at spot 61 on the official demon list. This means for 7 years straight, only 60 levels have surpassed its difficulty,
okay.
which is mind-blowing.
Genuinely
the
pretty
confusion
hard
about
map
the
still.
splice in the light blue version now turned into a very subtle suspicion in players' minds. Is it even okay to ask if this was legit? Cyclic was so well respected that people
I love that I have genuine Geometry Dash players in the chat. They're just like, actually 600, or sorry, actually 300 now. Is actually 361 now? Is that actually? Oh, I added an actually emote as well. Type all caps actually. You'll get a dog with his finger up with glasses on.
didn't dare to think something was off, so people just took it at face
Or
value
not.
and believed Cyclic.
There you go. There you go.
Until
Sorry.
August
Someone did
7th.
it right. Maybe it's not
On
all
this
caps.
day, Cyclic would again update Sonic Wave, and the strangest thing was the updated version had nothing to do with
It's lowercase. I'm so sorry.
the other two versions. This is what it got updated to.
Wait, I could play this shit. Yo, bro, I'm playing this shit.
What was going on? With the third update to the level, Cyclic also deleted all his other levels and
Bro, I'm clapping that level easy.
began the process of deleting all traces of himself from the internet. Before he left, however, he gave Riot this message on Skype. Please make an exposing video on the forums that every level on my YouTube channel was either hacked or cut. The streams that I have made were all pre-recorded,
Bro,
and I'm
what?
going to delete everything related to GD, including this Skype account. Bye.
Holy shit.
A bombshell.
I'm assuming he did that because bro is a guy that folds under zero pressure. I bet like literally one guy in his DMs was like, I know you're cheating and I'm going to start digging into it. I got a couple pieces of proof, but I'm going to keep going. And then he's like, GG. And he's just like, I'm out. I'm assuming that's what happened.
Cyclic was seen as the best player in the community. For him to drop something like that on us to this day kind of feels off. The entire thing is so weird and oddly done that it left me, and I think a lot of other people,
I'm not making fun of him, or I'm not, that doesn't mean I'm not putting respect on his name. I also fold under zero pressure. Dude, I'll say like one thing that kind of like irritates people and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Or I'll like really want to say it, but I'm like, oh, I know I don't need to apologize. I always want to apologize though, because I always want to make people happy and not make people mad. I hate making people upset, man. I don't like it.
very confused. Even Riot, when this whole thing came out, believed that something was off about this.
I don't believe that this is actually real.
It's gotta be real because remember he also deleted
No.
Factory.
No, dude.
Factory also.
However,
That was him! I'm telling you, Riot fucking DM'd him and said some shit, and then he folded Insta.
this day, we don't really know what happened. Did he actually cheat everything? Was the best player a fraud? This, again, is a topic for another video. What we do know now for certain
Zoink just went live? No! Don't leave me! At least I still have the YouTube viewers. You still like me, right? Right? I feel like no one's watching on YouTube because most people on YouTube, it's like their first experience with me, and in the first 5 minutes of this video, I was yapping so insane. I'm seriously so scared to read the comments of this video. I don't even want to post it on YouTube, bro. I'm scared. It is gonna go on YouTube, but like if you're still watching on YouTube, can you come to Twitch and be like, I love you, Ichan, you're really cute. I would just like, that would really make me happy.
is that this meant Giron David was actually the first person to ever beat Cataclysm legitimately. I wonder how
Thanks,
this
Asa,
felt,
for the follow.
knowing that you actually were the first person to do it, thinking someone else did it before you. It must feel kinda good, but also have a very bittersweet taste to it. This also meant that once again, history had sadly repeated itself. The moment Cyclic exposed himself, Sonic Wave became an empty husk. Cheated.
Guys, okay, so I'm not grinding Geometry Dash off stream, right? Like I'm still a noob. Can we keep this between you and me? I'm gonna download hacks and then I'm gonna come back next week and I'm gonna be really good at Geometry Dash. But then can all of you guys like back me up and be like, no, she's been like playing like all the time. Like 8 hours a day. It's just like, it just makes sense. Like trust her. Like please. Okay, we got that? Okay, cool, thank you.
Just like Cataclysm and all the other impossible levels. The past few levels
Just like, but when people accuse me of hacks, just like vehemently defend me, please. Even when all of the stars align that I'm hacking, just like, please just ride or die me for no reason.
In this video all had specific parts that stood out for their difficulty, but Sonic Wave just overall in its entirety seems to be the main.
For real though, for shit in general, do not do that for me, okay? Because I need to be held accountable. You see? Because there are some content creators, they do a lot of fucked up shit and they think they're okay doing it because their community just like rides or dies with them regardless. No, like actually like just like talk shit on me if I'm doing something out of line, you know what I mean? Because it keeps people in check, right? Like don't hug box me if I don't deserve it. Thank you so much for the Prime Mouse. Thank you.
Problem. It was just pure brute force and wave skill. The wave game mode was the newest game mode at the time, which means people really didn't have the experience to consistently navigate all of these gaps for over 2 minutes. You might have noticed already that there's one thing that stands out, however, and it's what we in the community call fakes. A fake is when the level offer places gameplay elements that kill you if you trust them. The simplest example for this is with orbs. These are tiny floating spheres that, depending on their color, affect the player upon player input. If you click your mouse the moment your player intersects with the blue orb, for example, your gravity gets changed. The yellow orb just makes you jump high, and so on. Easier levels in the game all have a linear path that is easily readable, but in hard levels, creators intentionally try to trick your brain into clicking when you really shouldn't. This means that people have to learn the entire level and remember which orbs are fakes and which ones aren't to pass the entire thing. But fakes don't always come in the form of mischievously placed orbs. Sometimes, the creator just fakes entire walls, or puts an invisible floor on top of a spike so they don't actually kill you if you touch them. This is what Cyclic did in Sonic Wave, and it's part of why the level is so difficult. While playing, it's hard to see what you can touch and what you can't touch. To pass this level, it means to learn exactly which walls are solid and which ones are fakes, and then perfectly executing the wave game mode on top of that. For over 1 year, the level would remain completely dormant. It was just too hard, too punishing, too long. People just didn't have the endurance and precision to make it anywhere in the level. That is until once again, a select few players stepped up and gave it their A-game. Mefewe, Sonics, and you guessed it, Riot. Just like with Cataclysm, Mefewe...
I heard Sonics and immediately my neurons activated for Sonics in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Dude, fuck Sonic mains. Fuck Steve mains, dude.
Sonics and Riot all began grinding Sonic Wave around the same time. All three showed impressive progress, and once again this turned into a sort of race to be the first. If completed, this would be the biggest jump in difficulty yet. It took 1.5 months for Bloodbath to be verified, but it took an entire year.
Wait, this is Darkest Dungeon OSC, no?
For players in the community to get good enough to even have the confidence to beat Sonic Wave. And because the level remained completely unchallenged at the top for over 1 year, combined with the giant controversy of beating a Cyclic level, people were eagerly awaiting to see someone pull it off. It seemed that finally, after a year, these players had caught up with the extreme difficulty.
Oh, you're right, it's Dark Souls. You're right, it's Dark Souls. I feel like Darkest Dungeon must have got influence from it though.
Cyclic tried to pass off as his legit achievement at first. Finally, players were getting somewhere with progress steadily creeping closer to 100 every day. So many attempts were poured into this, with the absolute worst incident being Mefewe's infamous fail.
100,000. No! Bruh, you suck. Dude, I would have not died there. The fact that he died there, you fucking suck, bro.
98! 98! 98! No!
Give me the controller. That's not gonna be me. I'm beating the level, man.
98%. Dying at the very last part after you made it through the entire thing to this day is one of the worst fails the community has ever seen. But it also was the first time someone actually would have beaten it. If we would scroll over just a bit, you would be able to see the finish line. He was only a brink away to finally give the level some closure, but unfortunately that was his one and only chance to be the first. On November 25th, 2016, over 495 days after the level was released, it happened.
Hey, Tito.
Sunix had done it. He had beaten a cheated level so difficult and extreme, it took people over a year to catch up with the skill that's required for it. To this
Not
day,
bad.
this still remains one of the most impactful moments in Geometry Dash history. Players growing up to eventually overcome cheaters is still one of my favorite things to ever happen in this community. It felt like Sonic Wave finally received its closure. From 2016 to today, only 60 levels have managed to trump Sonic Wave in difficulty. Some of the biggest and most historic being Zodiac and Bloodlust. They all have history just as rich, but one of those 60 levels was a bit more special than other ones. I already mentioned it at the start of this video. It wasn't built in the new era of Geometry Dash, and it for certain wasn't meant for the players back then.
Why are people also writing Rip Zodiac? There's no way another person died in the community. What?
You see, earlier when I explained how the original Impossible
Okay, it's a
levels came
meme.
to be,
Okay,
I
okay,
mentioned
okay,
one
okay,
particular
okay.
level that was so outrageously difficult that even back in 2014, people basically knew it was cheated. The level's name is Silent Club. It was built by someone called Black P2S Full all the way back in 2014.
Black P?
This was even before Cataclysm in the beginnings of the game. It remained dormant and unbeaten for over 7 years, cross-referenced in memes and chats for being the impossible level to start them all. If you spend any time today searching through the Geometry Dash servers, you will probably come across an impossible level. Their entire purpose is to be a fun showcase of the absolute ridiculous theoretical limits this game can hold. You might also notice that the majority of these levels have the
Coggers.
word silent in their name. And the reason for this is Silent Club. Silent Club was the impossible level to start them all. It alone was so influential in the long term that all impossible levels today usually share the word silent in their name. But why is Silent Club so difficult? What made it stand out?
I love this level. It's basically like a ship level, but also kind of like a flying pot. It's interesting. You're just like the guy, right? But like because all the circles are there, you have to like, it's almost like flying like I don't know. It's interesting. I like that. I like that level design.
Why did people know it was obviously hacked back then? Well, let me show you. Let's start with the first thing that players get confronted with when they enter the level. The orb spam. For this, the player needs to hit these gravity changing orbs fast and controlled enough to make it through this gap and land with the right gravity.
I literally could do that like first 5 tries, I'd say.
The first thing players have to do to get past 6% on the level. And the parts after this one don't step down either. Remember how I said Cataclysm pushed the ship game mode for the time? Well, look at this. This was before Cataclysm. Just insane stuff. Did I mention that this is actually one of 2 orb spam parts that exist in the level?
That's fine, because I could do the second part within like 3 tries if I could do that one 5.
Second one reduces the row of orbs to 2 and makes it way longer. This is insane. Obviously, the creator did not legitimately beat this. If you grabbed a copyable version of this level back in 2014, you would find a stray ship portal hanging around at the top
Oh
of the
my
first part.
God.
You see, back in 2014, there was a glitch in the game. If you entered a precise input of buttons, right as the player overlapped with a blue orb, you could make the gravity change effect the next attempt. So at the start of the next attempt, you would fly up into the ceiling, touch the ship portal, and from there on out, you would have a free path to the finish without having to play anything. This level wasn't meant to be played at all, and I think that's the most genuine way I can put it. It was clearly built with the intent to boast about its difficulty. I bet the creator itself never intended it to be attempted legitimately, but against all odds, 7 years after it was uploaded to the servers, in October 2020, the impossible level to start them all was actually beaten.
By the way, Mega Rider VA Cautions is now playing The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, if you were curious.
No, dude. No, there's no way.
The player's name was Lucalizer. I cannot tell you how insane this is. This level was never meant to be beaten, but players had just become so good over the years that we finally caught up to what was thought to be impossible back in 2014. To this day, this level still sits on the 28th spot on the hardest levels ever
Immune.
to be beaten. And I'm glad it did. I remember finding it on my phone all the way back in 2015 and going, how did someone even beat this? I obviously didn't know back then how easy it was.
Bro, I actually owned a Nokia, by the way. Like, because that's kind of like a meme now. That was my first phone. I bought it from the Scholastic News Fair. Oh my god.
To cheat levels, but the impact this level had on everyone who played it cannot be understated. It was the hard level you would meme about. It was the original impossible level, and finally it had been conquered. But wait, hold up, only 28th? How are there 27 levels harder than this? Well... Ever since Cataclysm, there's been so many amazing achievements and breakthroughs in the community, from players finally overcoming cheaters with levels like Silent Club and Sonic Wave, to the absolute insanity that is currently the top 5 hardest levels ever. This game is filled with hundreds of levels who all stand today as amazing achievements of both creativity and player skill. Sadly, I can't sit here and talk about all of these without making this video at least 15 hours long. The past 9 years really have been an amazing experience to be part of this community. Seeing all of these giants fall one by one truly was a magical experience. While on the creative side of the game, we probably will never run out of stuff to do, on the player side, I feel like the community is approaching a crossroad. We have records of players spending over 200,000 attempts and countless months on levels. But at what point will we hit that hard concrete wall that won't allow anyone to pass anymore? At what point is a level too hard to reasonably attempt to beat?
You can take any point in time and say it's reached its peak, like in 2 weeks.
What if, like, to play Geometry Dash, it was like a motion control game, and to make your guy go up, you had to, like, move your arm up, and to make your guy go down, you had to move your guy down, and there was, like, a pro player that kept his controller, like, right above his crotch, and then he had a face cam, and you would just see him go, do you know what I mean?
Look, we could say, yeah, it's reached its peak. In 2 years, we could say it's reached its peak. You know, we could have said that 2 years ago. As long as this game has people playing it, they're always going to be trying to make something the new hardest.
If you would have asked me that question a month ago, I would have told you about this level, Silent Clubstep. You might be really confused right now, because we literally just talked about a level called Silent Club. You see, Silent Club is the version made by Black P2S Full in 2014. And you know now that that one has been beaten by Localizer in 2020. But something I haven't mentioned is that in 2015, a level was released that was inspired by the old Silent Club from 2014. People considered the 2014 Silent Club unbeatable. But even with that, in 2015, someone decided to go back, look at Silent Club, and create their own version of the level that was even harder. Ever since then, this level basically has haunted the community. It's a level inspired by the old version, but it brought the difficulty to a level that objectively was considered impossible by everyone. While this is ridiculously hard, this I would personally consider unreasonable to attempt. The level contains multiple frame-perfect jumps. The straight fly is not even straight at all. These jumps are all frame perfect, so they became known as the 8 jumps of hell.
Hey,
This
Paladin.
level was meant to be that concrete wall. The creator Salient made sure all sections are theoretically possible, but they all push the human limit like no other level had at the time.
That's
This level
awesome.
sits to this day on top of all other impossible levels. No other level has ever gained more attention because of its difficulty than Silent Clubstep. For the past 8 years, this has remained unbeaten for obvious reasons.
It's beaten
But
now, right?
2
It's not
months
even top
ago,
10.
something happened that shocked the entire community.
14.
I got 65
That's still
on
really
Silent
high,
Clubs
though.
up. I got 65.
I cannot believe this. As someone who has been around
Wait,
in the
only nerfed version is beaten. Wait, so this version he's talking about has still never been beaten? Holy shit.
community ever since this level was released, to be able to say someone got this far into Silent Clubstep, it feels like I'm lying to you. It feels like a meme. After seeing Vision make it to 65%, I'm a believer.
Oh,
I truly
Pagan
believe that one
Montana.
day this thing will get beaten.
That's so
And
sweet.
it might be sooner than we think.
I appreciate you a lot
Honest
for that.
question. You think someone's ever going to beat that?
Oh, yeah.
100%?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%, yeah.
Vision
100%, yeah.
currently has gathered over 397,000 attempts. Dude, if you're watching this, I wholeheartedly wish you the best of luck. You have the entire community behind you. If Vision beats this, it will not only mark the end of an era, but it will also go down as one of the most important moments in Geometry Dash history. Maybe, just maybe, that's when we will finally hit the infamous skill ceiling we have been fear-mongering about for 9 years now. Until then, however, this is what we have achieved. Years of pushing the limits of what was considered possible, from Cataclysm to Ice Carbon Diablo X to Sonic Wave to Silent Club to all the other insane levels currently on the list. These players have taught me time and time again that all it takes is for one person to take that first step into the unknown. Not you.
Yo! Dude, I loved that video. Oh man, that was such a great watch. I got so sucked into it. Dude, I started to shut up and just watched, and it was so great.